Saturday Turffontein, you start off with a triple header with all of Mighty Crystal, More Than a Feeling, and Tis Magic.
Midnight Crystal started off really well. Her last run wasn't quite what I believe she can do. I think this is a touch sharp for her, but a good run is expected. More Than a Feeling, slightly disappointing on debut, but she was made a little too much use of. Again, just a starting point, but we're hoping that she'll be running on more from the back of the field and give a good effort at the end. And Tis Magic, I thought wasn't a bad run last time, even though she was beaten some way. It was behind Maharani. Her work has certainly improved. She's got a good draw. She may find this 1200 a bit on the sharp side, but I do expect good improvement.
Excellent. In the first leg of the place accumulator, you're represented by Swing Upon a Star.
Yes, he's only been with me a few weeks. Coming from Paul felt that he hadn't done a lot with him, but I just looked at the program, and a two-time winner with this rating, not easy to program, and also if you want to try and achieve certain things in the race to bring him on or to teach him something, you're not spoiled for choice. So this is certainly just a starting point. What I've seen in the few weeks I've had him is he's a nice horse, and he has ability obviously, but he's definitely not at match fitness. I'm just hoping for a good run.
Terrific. Then in the fifth race, these two horses that are almost joined at the hip in Nabrash and Blackthorn, they start their Gauteng campaign after a very successful KwaZulu-Natal campaign, with the exception of Nabrash's run in the Gold Cup, which we know is not his ability.
Well, I just thought it came down to the ride at the end of the day. He was way out of his ground, and he ran on quite nicely. He's a horse that can lead, believe it or not. So, I think both of them acquitted themselves really well through this season. And it just came to a judgment on the day in the Gold Cup for both of them. Starting point, as you said, for both of them. They're both in a good space. I don't expect them to win, either of them, but they obviously both got a bit of class on their side, and if one of them get into the fray and bring home the bacon, that'll be fantastic.
And Nabrash, you've already indicated off camera that his main mission is the Summer Cup. What about Blackthorn? Would he be going for staying races or accompanying his stable companion as usual?
No, I think it's a case of Nabrash. He's off a much higher rating, so they don't. Obviously they both stay well, but you wouldn't say they joined at the hip because they are different horses, different ratings. They both stay, but Blackthorn would go more for the staying races. Hopefully the Equinaut doesn't come too soon for him on Charity Mile Day, but obviously the run on Saturday will tell us where we are.
Super. Then you triple-fisted with all of Willow Express, Ikigai and Ndlamo in race number 7, horses that have been very game, very consistent, and very well.
Yes, Andrew, we haven't had the grass up to now. I think all of these horses are not at their absolute peak and need to get going, especially if you hope to run one or two of them in the Charity Mile or the Consolation. Willow Express is a horse that really puts it in at work, so he would probably be the most ready. It wouldn't surprise me for him to have a shout here. And Ndlamo is very game. I wouldn't be shocked if he ran above his fitness level on the inside track, which he's certainly capable of producing his best form. And Ikigai's got a tricky draw. We sprinted him last season. He gave us some good results, but also let us down a couple of times. So we will probably let him venture out over more ground, and hopefully he gives us a very positive run that we can step him up the next time.
And then to put the lid on the day without equal, what are you expecting there?
He's a nice horse. I thought it was a fair run in feature company in his last start. Once again, not fully wound up. I think he would have a chance in a race like this if not needing the run too badly. We know he's going to need it, but hopefully he can run well all the same.